Who? The fucking nobody?
That fucking nobody is John Wick.
So we're giving everything up for a car?
It's not just a car. It is John Wick's car.
Honestly, what do you think you're going to do with all of that?
This.
John Wick, excommunicado, in effect 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Hi guys, we, DT and DD, are on a mission called Mission 100K to achieve the milestone of 100K subscribers. So many friends watching the videos but not subscribing it. Please encourage us by pressing the subscribe and like buttons. Here is the deal. Once we reach the milestone of 100K subscribers, we will gift one lucky subscriber with a brand new Samsung Galaxy M14 5G mobile phone. So how do we select the lucky one? It's very easy. In the comment section of any one of the videos, kindly give a nice review. The best comment will be selected for the gift. Keanu Reeves in the leading role. Other attractions are Donnie Yen, Bill Skarsgård, Laurence Fishburne, Scott Adkins, Marcos R. Hiroyuki Sanada, Shamier Anderson, Lance Reddick, Rina Sawayama, Clancy Brown, George Giorgio, and Ian McShane. John Wick, Chapter 4 is a 2023 American action thriller film, directed and co-produced by Chad Stahelski. This is written by Shay Hatten and Michael Finch. This film is the sequel to John Wick, Chapter 3 Parabellum, released in 2019, and the fourth installment in the John Wick franchise. In this chapter, John Wick sets out to get revenge on the High Table and those who left him for dead. As the High Table is an extraordinarily powerful setup, he hides underground with the Bowery King and plan his vengeance. First, he travels to Morocco and kills the Elder, the one who sits above the table.
You ready, John?
Yeah.
In response to the Elder's death, Marquis, a High Table member, summons New York Continental Hotel manager and John's friend Winston, and his concierge Karen. Marquis explains that the High Table has given him permission to kill John. He reprimands Winston and strips him of his managerial duties, declares him excommunicado, destroys the New York Continental, and executes Karen.
Sir, Mr. Wick.
We're not here because of John Wick. He is simply the face of your failure, Mr. Manager.
Marquis then enlists Blind Kane, a retired assassin and John's old friend, to kill John by threatening the life of Kane's daughter. John takes refuge at the Osaka Continental run by his friend Koji. The Marquis' second-in-command Chidi and his gang, assisted by Blind Kane, arrives here to confront Koji. Koji with his men and daughter Akira defends John. But eventually Kane kills Koji reluctantly and spares injured Akira.
I'm going to have to ask you to surrender your firearms.
We speak for the Marquis.
And I speak for Osaka.
Winston is vengeful about his demotion and advises John to invoke an old High Table tradition to challenge Marquis to a duel. Winning would free John of all obligations, but he can only request a duel on behalf of a crime family. He meets Ruskaroma crime syndicate in Berlin, with whom he had severed ties in the past. But the syndicate got tough condition for readmission. Seems too long ride for John Wick to reach his destination.
You have no business with us.
to be truly shot.
Piotr is dead.
This is my opinion about the film. Frankly speaking, I love the first chapter immensely. There was a story, emotions, right reasons for vengeance. Chapter 2 was also engaging with lots of decent action. In Chapter 3 and this Chapter 4, it is full of mindless killings. I think the first 2 chapters were enough. In Chapter 3 and 4, the fight scenes seem repetitive and boring. In this chapter, it is samurai swords versus bullets, handguns versus machine guns, fighting with nunchucks, with knives, with bare hands and so on. From the very beginning to the end, nothing but endless kills. Chad Stahelski is an excellent director, but in this film, he has failed to provide anything fresh. Keanu Reeves is an excellent actor but not a fluent action star. Here he looked tiresome, slower and older. The cast in the film is impressive. Roles of Laurence Fishburne, Ian McShane and Lance Reddick continues from the previous chapter. There are some new faces for this franchise. First one is Donnie Yen as the blind Kane. Bill Skarsgård as the main villain Marquis, Marco Zara as his right-hand Chidi. Hiroyuki Sanada as Koji, Rina Sawayama as his daughter. But I am mostly impressed by Scott Adkins as Killa. The mean and muscular martial artist got an unidentifiable makeover as a fatty in this film.
You want to kill him? You want to kill him? I want to kill him. What about you, Mr. Wick?
I'm going to kill you.
There is one more point I am not happy with the filmmakers. You got 3 specialized martial artists in the film, Donnie Yen, Scott Adkins, and Marco Zara. Instead of giving full focus on fast mindless gunfights, the director should have brought freshness by carefully choreographed hand-to-hand combat scenes. The screenplay was also pretty ordinary. If you like fast-paced and non-stopping action and mindless killings, this film is for you. I would rate this a 6.7 out of 10. If you are a Keanu Reeves fan and for the star cast, you can see this film for one time.